All right, good people. We're here. We live. It's another
Yes, sir.
episode.
Yes, sir.
Peach State Cats, defend the cats. It's your boy, Cool McCain, your normal host. Last week I got a taste of Sam. Sam, we do his thing, but we different, so it's gonna be a little bit different vibe this week. Um, we back on our original day and time, so you'll be able to catch us every week moving forward. This time right here, 9 p.m. on Thursday nights. So I am joined by some members of the Peach State Cat as well as Coach Moreland. So I'm gonna allow everyone to go around, just introduce themselves, how they got to the point where they at right now, and any pieces of information about themselves they'd like to give to people. James, I'm gonna start with you.
How's
What's
it
going on,
going?
y'all? My name is James Monroe. I play running back. Oh, you said like, oh, my fault.
No, you
Monroe or
good?
Mon?
My bad, Monroe. My bad,
Oh,
y'all.
okay, okay, okay. I play running back. I've been with the Cats since 22. Was part of that championship team. Kind of been in and out. I tried to play with the Columbus Lions. Had a small stint with them, and then I went and actually tried out with the Huntsville Beavers. Um, and then, but I'm back now, and but yeah, it's been a good year. You said what was the last part? A little bit about us.
Yeah, any information we'll give the people about you.
Outside of football, I'm a personal trainer. I got a dog. That's just a little something. Something.
All right, cool. Elijah.
Yes, sir. Elijah Tony, Georgia boy, born and raised.
Yes, sir.
I started
Oh, we can't
with
hear you.
the.
There you go. Be back.
I'm back. I
Yeah.
started with the Cats, probably what was that, 2 years ago. I had actually played my college ball at Morehouse. I quit playing. Had a friend tell me about the Cats. We got in, and man, I've been hooked to this game ever since. A little about me. I am a licensed minister. Um, I'm the one that's screaming out scripture and trying to get the guys hyped up before every game.
Okay. That's a little different. I dig that. All right, Eric.
What up, though? I'm Eric King, number 74. I play offensive line. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. A little bit about me. No college ball. I'm straight out of 37U, man. A lot of people know, like, they make jokes about it, but I'm a product of 37U, man. Like I said, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I got started with the Cleveland Cobras. I moved to the Athens area, little bit of Atlanta area about, like, I want to say 5 years ago. Bounced around with a few semi-pro teams, and then me and James just linked up one game, and we stayed in contact. We've been trying to make this work for a few years now, and then everything made sense this year. So here we are with the Peach State Cats.
And there you go. And there you go. Coach Moreland. My bad. I forgot we got two James on here.
Right, right. What's going on, everybody? I'm James Moreland, owner of the Peach State Cats. Going into my what is this my 6 year on no, this is my 5th year owning the team, 6 year being with the team as a head coach. Head coach 1 year, and after that took over ownership, and we've been up and running ever since.
Okay. So the first question I'd like to ask everyone, Coach Moreland, I'll have you answer first, and then you guys definitely can chime in with what you guys' thoughts are. The Columbus Lions game. How was that game? And how do you feel it can help you guys for the remainder of the season and the playoff push?
Okay. I think the game went pretty good. It didn't come out, how we wanted to, I guess, with the W, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we did good as a whole offensively. We put the ball in the end zone more than we've ever done in the, past previous, the previous years or whatever. But offense looked better since the previous years or whatever. Quarterback looked better.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line was actually blocking. So I feel like we did good as a whole. Defense, we couldn't stop them from getting in the end zone, but we did have some sparks. With Elijah getting a sack, DBs getting a couple of pass breakups. Linebackers flying around, hitting, and special teams. The ball. Starting Columbus off. Down in a. You know, they didn't have a kickoff return. I'll say that. With me, coaching with
Yeah.
Columbus, they're normally returning kickoffs to the, for touchdowns, but they didn't get one against us. So I feel like we did good on all phases of the game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. All right, gentlemen, which one of you guys want to give your thoughts first? All right, we'll go with James. Nobody
Keep it in
seems
the same order. Okay.
Yeah,
Coach Moreland
people
just kind of
excited.
summed it up well. Coach Moreland just summed it up pretty well. I had the luxury of playing them in the previous year, and yeah, like you said, we didn't. This was the game we put up the most points, and then defensively we also gave up the least amount of points too. So, but the biggest, like you said, the biggest thing was actually winning the third phase in special teams, because basically that's we knew going into the game, we kind of had a scouting report or whatever. We knew like we had to try to play our best game and limit mistakes. So we had one turnover that kind of cost us. And then not creating any turnovers defensively. So we just try to ball out, play our best game. I'm actually on kick return, so kick return we actually did pretty well. Even the cameraman, I don't know if he's with them, but one of the cameramans even said, he was like, well, they actually got a good return team. So we were trying to limit their returns and get as much as we can. But overall, yeah, I think it was a good game. We got dropped the ball in a few places, but it was a pretty good game.
All right, Elijah, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like everybody keeps saying, it was a good game, which
Yeah.
we want to take some more victories, but at the same time, I don't really like more victories. I want to go down there and beat them boys, But at the same time, I can say, that's a team that gets more practice in that we do. A lot of those guys have been there. This isn't their first year there. They're not just a ragtag bunch of guys. A lot of them have been around the organization for a while, and it showed. Stuff like I got one sack. I felt like I should have had three. I was mad at myself. I felt like I should have had three. But just the way he's able to get rid of that ball, the way the linemen understand, hey, I really don't have to block this guy. If I give my quarterback a second and a half, the ball is gone. So as much as it's a downer to me to lose to him, I think that it'll help us a lot as we go into that playoff push. That hey, we stood toe to toe with a giant. Let's go step on the rest of the league.
I do. Eric?
So, just me being who I am, the competitor I am, the best way I could sum it up is every time I lace my cleats up, every time I put my helmet on, every time I strap my shoulder pads on, you want the dub. You want the win. But based off of, all the background noise that was going on before the game and everything, I think it was a good measuring stick, especially when you look at some of their past opponents and see we put up more points than them against the best team in the league. So when I look at that game, this is probably my third or fourth game with the team, and it's a great experience. I thank God for it, and I probably thank James every time I see him, whether it's practice or a game. Like, thank you for the opportunity. You just never taking nothing for granted. But to be honest, man, I think it showed us where we at. It showed us where we need to work on, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think if we had another chance, I think that score might have been different.
They've been a really good team this year. And I will say, from the parts of the game that I did get to see, I felt like you guys had a lot of energy. I didn't feel any fear. It felt like you guys were out there to play. And they did, like you said, they did win the game. But the fact that you guys, you went out there to play. We talked before the game, after y'all's win against the Aviators, talked to some of the coaches. They say, hey, we go out there to play. We lose, but we're not going out there worried about losing. We're going out there worried about showing them who we are. And I feel like you guys did a good job of that. Now, guys, talk to me about the gold ball, because there have been some, maybe not controversy, but some discussion about the gold ball, and then you guys were able to successfully use it.
Right, right. So I'm gonna tell you this: when I first heard about the gold ball, I didn't like it. I didn't like it because I felt like it was a little too arcade of a game. But then again, we ended up having to use it, against Columbus, and we had to use it against the Carolina Predators. And it worked out in our favor, with versus Columbus, allowing us to, close the margin a little bit. But versus the Predators, we ended up coming back winning the game. And
Yeah.
a funny story. I didn't make that Carolina Predators trip, but I did pack the travel bag, with the jerseys, uniforms, two, red, white, and blue footballs, and I didn't pack the gold ball. I didn't pack. I didn't think we would need it, but hey, you know how those road games are. Yes. So we ended up needing it, and we asked to use the Predators gold ball. Thank them for letting us use it. Even if they didn't let us use it, we were just gonna say, "Hey, rep, this is our gold ball series." But we ended up using the Predators gold ball, and we scored with it. So I think we're the only team. I don't know. I think we're the only team in the AL2 that has scored with the gold ball, and we scored twice. We scored once against the Predators and once against Columbus. So I'm starting to like it a little bit. You get what I'm saying? It'll close the gap from blowout. And it'll, what I'm saying, that though, the games you're supposed to win when that team you're playing against, say that, they finna give us their all, and next thing you know, now we're down 12 points. Hell, let's throw the goal ball in there and take over from there. And that's what we did against Carolina. But I like the goal ball. At first, like I said, at first I didn't like it. It was too arcadish. But I understand it now for, the cross league games, but I like it. I like it now. Hey.
It's amazing how it'll working for you can kind of change your
Look,
peanuts, right?
let me add one thing. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. One thing I don't like about it is you have to throw the ball in. So with our running back, they could be running hard all game, but I told Tristan against Columbus, I said, hey, look, we're gonna run the ball, but don't fall in the end zone. I said, hey, I need you to run and get close as you can. We're gonna get down there, and I told him we're gonna do a shuffle pass in there. I didn't want to put it in the air over those DBs, but I said we're gonna shuffle it in there, and that's what we did. I don't like that you got to pass it in. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to, just just score however you can score with it. But that's all I got to say about the gold ball.
I dig it. I dig it. So we did have another member of the team join us. So Mark, please let the people know a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Heard that. I'm Mark G. So I play center. I've been playing for like the past 3 years with them. I started with the 29ers. Actually started playing semi-pro and just locked down with the 29ers and been here since.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good, man. That's good. We got a couple of offensive linemen repping in on the screen here. I like that. I like that. I think line is a position that gets overlooked a lot of times, especially offensive line. But if your offensive line is not good, you ain't got you don't have a chance. Especially in arena ball, but really in any league. High school, middle school, you don't have a good line, you got a lot of troubles. So I can't say from watching you guys, I've seen you play live. Line definitely works well. The guys are focused. I think you guys are definitely one of the teams that if people are looking and saying, okay, who's going to be in the playoffs that we think has a chance to win? If you guys are not in that conversation, then to me, that's a joke. Just based off where you're at and what I've seen myself in my own eyes. Not film or, recording, but literally seeing you guys myself live. So it's a little bit of a tricky question. I don't mean it to be, but it's a little bit of a tricky question. But what would you guys see as this being a successful season? Let me re-ask it. What's the minimum that you guys would accept for this being a successful season?
In all honesty, championship is what we'll be working hard for. We work hard every year.
Okay.
It shows. Yeah. I feel like that's what we earn. Every time we go out there and we show what we do, that's what we put out.
Okay. Anybody else got any thoughts on that?
One word. Jewelry. Jewelry.
I feel that.
I would say, hey, you know, I like sending guys to the next level or whatever, but I mean, after the
Coach in the metaverse, he'll be back.
I'm gonna take this a second, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say, first thing, shout out to everybody in the trenches, and I go for O line and D line, just showing love on both sides.
Mhm.
But honestly, based off of this organization and the way, you know what I'm saying, head coach put everything together and everything, like I think the only expectation for us is, like bro said, some hardware.
Yeah.
Like that's the only gratification that we can really get from our hard work, just from the coaching staff and going to practices and stuff. 'Cause, I mean, man, practices are full. It's not like it's two or three guys there. Like we all showing up, we all buying into this. You know what I mean? And I just go towards the way coach present everything to us.
That shows up on the field too. Coach Mullins, I know you froze for a moment. Go ahead. I know you were giving us your opinion.
Yeah, I was saying, you know, my goal is to always get guys to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at the end of this season, we want the championship. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's pretty much it. It would. I mean, I know the championship won't be easy. You know, I know the championship won't be easy. I don't want to say we already know we in the championship or whatever like that, but we know the championship won't be easy. We know, you know, nobody's coming to the championship to lay down.
Right.
So, you know, we're gonna give our all every game, you know, going forward, or you know, that's been the motto, give our all. Every play, dominate that play. And if you do that, if you win your battle, you know, the whole organization will win. So our ultimate goal would be the championship, whether it's by 1 point or a blowout. You know, it's to win it. You know, like they
It's
say,
all cool to win.
to show, you know, our effort and everything we've done this season. You know what I'm saying, to get where we're trying to go.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is developmental football, but this is developmental football that, you know, wants to push guys to the next level. That's why you hear Coach Moreland. All the coaches, you know, all the owners of these leagues understand, in this league understand, they want their guys to get opportunities at the next level. You know, and then it's what you make of the opportunity. Maybe you're just there because of the injury. Maybe you just get there because they have somebody and they want to bring somebody else in to challenge them, you know, but the experience is still vital. You know, and getting that experience, even if you end up, you know, coming back, you now have that experience. And this right here is competitive developmental football because every one of these teams wants to win. And my thing is, if you don't want to win, why you're here? You know, if you're playing any sport, especially arena football, and you are not focused on trying to win, why are you here? You need to get that spot up to somebody else. And if the whole team feel like that, then that team need to go because there's no purpose to being there. I love the fact that the teams are competitive. I love the fact that the guys I see on the screen right now, I seen the competitive in their eyes. I seen it in their play. I seen the coaches yelling and arguing. I seen all that. So I know that these guys are here to try to win. They want to win every week. Nobody can win every week. And you're going to lose or possibly lose games that you shouldn't, right? It's just sports. But the goal is to win every week. Nobody's walked into a game saying, oh, man, I don't think we can beat these guys. We might as well just go ahead and lay down. Nah, nobody's doing that.
None of this was for fun, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to respect these players and coaches too, because they put it all on the line, right, for the dream that they have. And some guys, you know, you heard different stories here about how guys got to where we at right now. You hear these different stories. So you have to make sure that you understand what it is that you're getting into, what these guys are, and what the goal is. That's what's important. That's what we're looking at. That's kind of like what we're working towards. All right. So I know Coach Moreland's got to get off here in a few minutes because he's got something else he's got to do. So, of course, we're going to move and talk about you guys' upcoming game, River Gators, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Coach Moreland, before you have to go, any thoughts on the River Gators game?
I know they're gonna. I know they're gonna bring their. They're gonna bring their A game. You know, don't no team want to lose every game. Don't no team want to, put an L automatically on their schedule. So they're gonna give us their best shot. So I just tell my guys, don't lay down, and we playing like this a playoff game. It's a playoff game. Every game is a championship game. And I'm gonna tell you what I really tell them. You don't want to be on somebody else's film. You get what I'm saying? I mean, if it happens, it happens. But we don't want to be on nobody else's film. I'm just leave it at that. We don't want to be on anybody else's highlight reel. So, if it happens, it happens. But our goal is not to end up on there. So that's how we playing. That's how we coming.
I dig it, man. I dig it. Anything else you want to throw out there? Because, like I said, I know you gotta move on to something else you gotta do.
Right, I got to jump on this league meeting. We will have those. We will have those great jerseys for sale. We still will be raffling off 2 of those jerseys, but the rest of them will be for sale this weekend. The gray jerseys.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. And get on this league meeting right quick.
All right.
All right, Coach.
All right, so gentlemen, Tri-City River Gators gonna be y'all opponent, of course, this weekend. What is your individual focus on for this particular contest?
I'll say, like Coach said, like just don't stoop down. Like whatever steps on the field, play at your high level. Like playing like they Columbus, playing like we just played, last week. So, just keep our energy high. Keep our head up. You make a mistake, you just keep on going. But yeah, we getting ready for the playoffs. So we just got to hone in. Make sure everything, all the play, everybody know what they're doing. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, more so with me, just overall, I try to tell everybody, just don't grow too complacent. Don't even be complacent at all, Even though we know we gonna do what we gonna do, it just still gotta go out there and compete like it's one of the games that really matter. I mean, it is a game that matter. Every game matter, but we gotta treat it like according to be able to just go out there and normally compete. Don't have to stoop down to their level to play on their level. We're gonna play on our level, and if it end up being 50-0, then it's 50-0. If it end up being a close game, then it is close. But we can't allow ourselves just to be complacent, get comfortable, and just go out there and just, allow them to compete with us or compete on our level.
I definitely feel that. All right, Eric or Elijah. Go ahead, Elijah.
Yeah, I mean, with me, it's just thing. We are that team, and I want us to show that we are that team every single time that we step on the field. So whether we think that we got the game in the bag, whether we're going against a Columbus or a Mississippi, man, I really believe that when we put our best foot forward and we really show what we got, can't nobody mess with us. and I just want us to show that every single time that we step on the field, that man, you can't mess with me. Like we the Cats, and we the best team in the league, and we here to show it every single week. Every single week.
I like it.
Me personally, I could say I've heard great things about the team that they have over there and the players that the type of talent that they bring in over there. But I just gotta side with my guys, like just because, like I said, I see what coach has put in place and the way we run practices, games, and stuff like that. I got full faith in my guys and everybody that suit up in that red and black with me. You feel me? Like, I mean, I'm a fan of Gator Bites, but like I said, I'm a Cats man, so I look forward to a good game because this league does have some great talent and great competition. But yeah, I'm riding with the Cats.
Yeah, I feel like with the River Gators, of course, like Coach Moreland was saying, you don't want to underestimate them. You want to go out there, put your foot in their throat just like you would anybody else. But at the same time, you also want to go out and execute. and do everything that you can do on your side and not worry about them. Like you said, I think it was Marcus said, even if it's like 50-0, we still, you know what I'm saying, we're doing what we're supposed to do. We can't worry about their side and what they got going on, good or bad. You go out there, execute every time you get the ball. That's how you win games. You know, don't turn the ball over. Force turnovers, don't turn the ball over. Or if you happen to turn the ball over, make sure that the other team turns it over more. You know, like the game I was at for you guys, it wasn't the cleanest game, right? But y'all stepped up when it was needed. You know, and that's how you win games. Games of momentum. You got 4 quarters. You may not play like the best team in the league all 4 quarters. But if you in that game better than the other team, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win that game. I like y'all's coach. I like Coach Morton. And what I like about Coach Morton is he has that ability to see things from different angles, right? Because he also coaches with the Lions. So he has the ability to see that team, see how that team's ran, and he can bring some things he thinks would be beneficial to you guys back. I noticed that we mentioned earlier how the AL teams, you know, Columbus, of course, Mississippi, you know, and the other ones, Bearcats, you know, and Wheeling, they all have more practices, right? So it's important for you guys to work out on your own, watch film on your own, maybe get together if you can, a couple of guys, work on different stuff. Are you guys able to kind of do that? And were you able to kind of do some things during the bye week to get you guys ready? I know the bye weeks are crazy because you got family and all that stuff happening too.
Yeah, more so we try to always hold ourselves and each other accountable to doing what we're supposed to do when we're not around each other or on the field. Because I know we don't, you know, practice as much as everybody else, but, you know, we try to do as much as we can for ourselves personally so that we can, you know, still be in game plan shape when it comes down to being on the game schedule. No time to play. Like, post our workouts on the gym and let us know that, hey, we working. I don't know what you're doing, but we working, you know, even if we're not in the same room, even if we're not in the same building, even if we're not on the same field right now, but we working. So that's how it is.
Yep. That's what you get from a lot of the more successful teams. You know, it's kind of sometimes there's things that don't allow everybody to be at the same place at the same time, but still pumping and pushing each other. Eric, let's go with you.
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
So since I was just asking during the times when you're not together and over the bye week, what kind of things are you able to do to stay in shape, and are you able to get together with any of the guys and maybe work on some things during those time frames?
Well, I'll say this. Even though it's a bye week, we still have a dedicated time as a team to get together. So, like, we all have practice. And like I was telling you, like, practice is not just 4 or 5 guys just tossing the ball around. Like, we had, I want to say, 20, 30 dudes at practice. And, you know, this is on the bye week. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess that's a testament to show, like, you know, we are all buying into this. Like, we trying to make this run for this hardware, essentially. And I mean, throughout the week, we all posting on our, you know what I'm saying, our group page, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I can say I'm not one of those people that like to do my posting as far as my workouts, but I mean, like, I do construction, and I was at a hotel in Tennessee, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. And before I went to sleep, I was like, let me just go down to the gym real quick and get a set in. I didn't post it, but my guys got faith in me. Like, I got faith in them to know, like, even though E not posting, I know E doing something that's going to get him ready for this week. Because nobody on this team takes anything lightly. Like, it's kind of like, it's a sense of honor to put them helmets on and be a Cats. You feel me? So, and we all value that.
All right. Elijah?
But yeah, man, my wife can attest. I do construction.
Oh, you froze. Oh, Elijah froze. All right. Okay, we can hear you now. Can you start with, you had froze for a moment. We couldn't hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was just saying that, you know, my wife can attest to it. Nobody. On my way home from work, doing construction, I call her, hey, everybody get ready to go to the gym. You know, I, I even had my neighbors look
Can
at
you
me
move a little closer
crazy
to your
when I
mic?
be out there.
Move a little
Hello?
closer to your mic.
Hello? You hear me?
Yeah,
Right.
we can hear you. We can hear you then. It's just when you get far away from the mic, we can't hear you good.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying, everybody put the blood, sweat, and tears in. We'll make things happen no matter what it is. If I have to come and work my pass rush moves in the front yard, that's what we're gonna do. If I have to make it to the gym at 9 o'clock because I've been on the deck all day, it is what it is. We want to show and prove exactly who we are every time we get on that field, and we can't do that if we're not doing what it takes at the house.
I couldn't agree more. Definitely couldn't agree more. Um, so one of the reasons the coach wanted to do the show was to give you guys a chance to, highlight yourselves, what you're doing to feel your thoughts and all those good things, right? So as guys that have been playing for a while, either on this team or other teams, what things do you feel like are the most important on a arena league team? I mean, either one of you guys can answer.
Well, I'll go first. Trust. Trust is number one because you're dealing with such a small area. Everything's tight. Everything is fast. You get into a place where you're trying to take job. You're going to create holes and gaps in your own game. So we have to be able to trust each other, know each other, are going to do each other's job, and that's got a lot to do with why we chose much work now. Because when you know that execute the work and you trust the job, go.
Okay. So, James, I know you didn't get a chance to answer the last question. So, if you want to go ahead, feel free to go ahead and answer that one. What I asked while you were coming back was, what do you guys feel are the most important things in arena football? Just want to give the people a chance to kind of see, you guys' thought process.
Okay. So the first question, how we prepare. So, we also, like talked about practice, and then also like Mark D said, we gotta take care of stuff like even when we not at practice. Making sure you still doing your workouts. Eating right. Drink your water, getting your sleep. I'm a trainer, so I'll be on top of all that. But
Yeah.
but that's something that we push. Every time we get together, and even in the group chats and stuff. Everybody's kind of on top of each other. But even we also watch film too to kind of see what we how we can improve, but also kind of scout the other team and see what things can we kind of attack or whatever against them. And then the second question was about what do we get out of arena? What are we trying to get out of arena?
Well, the question was, what things are important to you in arena football?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
What things are important to you in arena football? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear them.
All right, James may not be able to hear me. Eric, if you want to go ahead and answer, you can, bro.
As far as what's important to me as far as arena football, I think it just goes towards any team, particularly. I would say just the organization, because I mean, honestly, when you look at the head, if the head is unsure or it's messy, that's going to trickle down to the team. That's going to trickle down to the game. That's going to trickle down to the guys and stuff. And so I say honestly, organization, because I mean, proper preparation, prevents poor performance. So if you're not organized, even if you may not be the most talented, you're going to know where to be in certain places at certain times. You know what I mean? You may not be the fastest guy on the field, but you know, hey, I'm a DB, so I need to drop back 15 yards as soon as this ball hike. You know what I mean? And that may be the difference of you making the play or not. And that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not a talent thing, it's an organization thing.
Okay, I did that. Can you hear me now, James? Yeah, I don't think James can hear me. Can you hear me, James? Yeah, I don't think you can hear me. So James actually had asked my next question, which is gonna be, what do you guys specifically want to get out of um, this season with the Peach State Cats?
Am I the only one? I'll go ahead and answer. For me
You might be the only one
personally,
here.
Yeah, I can hear Eric, but I can't hear Coach.
so he was just asking you basically
Oh, the second question about what?
yeah,
Uh,
the second question.
oh yeah, so kind of like what Eric was saying. Just like visualizing what you're gonna do. So it's one thing to kind of physically prepare, but if your mental ain't right, and even Elijah talked about like spiritually too. Like he always gives us a team prayer and everything. So just going into it, with your head right. Already kind of know, like Eric talked about, you already know what you got to do. So just be in the position you already know you're supposed to be in and make the play. So, yeah, that's pretty much.
I dig it. All right, Eric, go ahead. What was you going to say about what you want to get out of the season?
As far as the season, we already touched on this. Essentially, we all want hardware,
Mm-hmm.
and to be honest, I mean, everybody on this team wants to take it to the next level.
Yep.
Nobody is like complacent, like, oh, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to sit on the bench, or I'm happy to pass you water. No, everybody here wants to get to the next level. And I think that's the difference between us and a lot of other people, because nobody just wants to, you know what I'm saying, just be here. And I think that hunger is what pushes us every play, every game, like even at home. Like I said, I'm at work. I just work 12, 14 hours and I'm still going to the gym. Elijah doing the same thing. We all doing the same thing because
Mm-hmm.
we want more from this. You know what I mean? We don't want bragging rights.
All right. Can you hear me, Elijah?
I can. But I say what I want to get out of this season is I don't see right. So more than just like I want to see Eric get signed. I want to see James get signed. I want to see Pete taking those opportunities. I want to see the higher league say, dang, I see what y'all are doing. I want to bring y'all up. And if I could put Pete in a place where they can get shine, man, that's something that would really make me feel.
Are you using a headset, Elijah, or just like the like your phone speaker?
No. It's been acting up for me. Let me see right now.
I was just asking because could y'all hear a lot? Could you hear Elijah? Okay, he was breaking for y'all too. Okay, I just want to make sure it ain't just something with me because I know James
Yeah,
can't
I
hear
can
me,
hear.
so it might be something with me. But I think Elijah left to come back. I like what y'all are saying though about what you want to get as far as what you think is very important, because we all have different reasons, right? Like you said, Eric, if you're the backup, you want to be the starter, right? If you're the third string, you want to be the second string, right? If you're a starter, I want to move to the next level.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that's important, right? Everybody understanding I want to be further than I am now, whatever that looks like.
Just
Right.
having that hunger.
Yeah. And it does differ depending on your role on the team. If you special teams, maybe you're a running back, but you play special teams. I'd rather just play running back, but I'm doing what it takes to help the team. I think it's important for everybody to get, if you're going to be on certain levels, Shoot, even if you're an NFL player, right? Even up to the NFL, you may feel like I should be doing this, and this. But if the team needs you to do whatever for it to be successful,
Mm-hmm.
right, that's going to get you a lot further than you believe in. I should be doing just this.
I mean, I play O line, but I'm also on kickoff return and kickoff and all of that. Like I play both sides of the special teams, and I'm also on O line. You feel me? That how many O linemen do you see on kickoff? You feel me?
Not a lot.
That's just what this how this team is. That's just the chemistry that we have.
Yeah. And versatility is the main thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versatility is what can keep you successful at these levels because being able to do multiple things. And everybody doesn't see that or see the vision for that, but that development that hey, I'm a running back, but I'm also a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I also can play some corner or safety. And you've got 4 outlets now. You got 4 different ways you can be looked at as a guy to go to the next level or a guy to go to another team, be a starter if you're backup. Free game, right? Just everything that you can do, be able to do and be willing to do. And, I do applaud you for having that mentality because a lot of people say they have the mentality, but then you can see that they really don't have the mentality, right? And then some people say they don't have the mentality and they actually do have it. So it all just depends on, what you see and what you get out of that specific person.
Yeah, man. A lot of people want to be a dog and say they're a dog because that's the thing now. But when it comes time to showing it, that's when you see the. It's like water and oil.
Yeah. When it's time to be a dog, they need to go back on the porch with the other puppies. It be like that sometimes.
No, I ain't never seen a dog that's a picky eater.
I hear that. So Elijah, wanted to ask you a question. I know that you do the prayers and everything. So I know, playing sports myself, seeing games, a lot of people talk a lot of trash, right? So is it kind of easy for you to just let everything roll off and be like, I ain't worried about that. I'm here for a different reason. How does that affect like how you prepare for a game and how you get your mindset ready for a game?
Well, honestly, that's a problem for me.
Okay.
I am a hothead. I am a hothead. So that is a part of the prayer that hey God, guard the gates of my lips, guard my heart, so that I do not speak evil. You know, um, and it works for the most part. But no, we all human, man. And
Yeah.
with this game being as barbaric as it is, at times, you'll feel yourself get outside of yourself. But then, being a Christian and playing this game, you also have to remember that, the Bible actually says that murder is lawful, not killing, right? It says that there's a time for war and a time for peace, a time to kill and a time to be still, right? So there's a time and a place where, hey, you play with me and touch me the wrong way. It says to regain all. Um, and we make sure that we call out those scriptures, who is the Lord of hosts, mighty battle axe, strong and mighty in the time of battle. So
Okay. Yeah. I think it's good for other people who may be, Christians as well and want to play and kind of like, I don't know, because, the aggressiveness, whatever, whatever the case may be, to hear somebody that actually does that and, is a Christian, is out there, is, manifesting it and professing it, not just, but like, really say, hey, I'm the prayer guy, I'm this, I'm that, just to see how, you handle the different, we'll say situations that come with being a football player.
okay, I can hear you now.
You hear me? All right.
Perfect.
So we catch you up with the questions real quick, Elijah. I think the last one you answered was what's important to you about arena football, right? All right. So the other question was, the other question was, what do you want to get out of the season with the Peach State Cats?
Well, me personally, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Me personally, I want to see the Cats progress. Um, I want to use my spotlight in order to shed a spotlight on the Cats. I want upper leagues to call on the Cats and say, "Dang, y'all got a group." And to me, being around the organization for so long, I think I'm to the place in time that I'm like, man, what can I put back into it?
Okay, I do. I feel that. All right, James. Same thing for you. What do you want to get out of the season with the Peach State Cats?
So like we talked about earlier, the ring is, getting the ring, winning championship is kind of
Mm-hmm.
like the floor. But yeah, for me, I'm still fairly young. Just turned 27, so yeah, I'm still trying to go play ball professionally. So, uh, you know, finish the last couple games strong, going to the playoffs. Just get as much film as we can. But like Elijah just said, pour back into some of the younger guys, and just keep build, being professional, and just keep rocking the brand, at the highest level that we can.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it. I got it. All right, guys. So this is the time I normally ask. Start with you, Eric. Any other thoughts? Anything else you want to kind of talk about? Get out there before we finish things up for the evening.
First off, I want to thank you for the opportunity to let all of us on this platform and voice our opinions about everything. Um, I want to point something out. Like I said, I touched on the whole 37U running joke that everybody got going on.
Mm-hmm.
If you watching this, I'm a product of 37U. So don't give up. I don't care how old you are. It does not matter. If you got that dog in you, somebody is looking, somebody is watching. Just make sure you're ready. But at the end of the day, I'm prepared to take this run on this championship run with the Cats, man. I love the team that we have, the coaching staff, everybody that around us and support us, all of our fans and stuff like that. It's a great experience, and I don't take nothing for granted. And I guess that's what really pushes me every time. Like I said, I lace up. Every time I lace up, you getting the same me, 100%. So that's all I really want to add, man. Just never give up. If you watching this, whether you black, Spanish, Chinese, Puerto Rican, if you want to play football, whether it be outdoor, indoor, do it. It's possible. It's not a dream.
I like that. I like that. All right, James. Um, same thing I was just asking. I don't know if you heard it or not. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to broach the conversation on before we get finished? Oh, I think he froze. All right, Elijah, we'll go with you, and then I'll come back to James.
Uh, Yeah, no, man. I would just, say to everybody, man, come support, come check it out, man. We're not just playing football. This is a great thing to be a part of. You come out to our games. There's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of music playing. Your kids are gonna have a great time. You're gonna have a great time, and you're gonna get to see somebody smack that wall. You know. So come out and support, man. I think it's a great time, not just for family but also, man, get your adrenaline going. It's summertime. Your kids ain't in school. Come on out. Support your cats, man.
Either
There
they
you go.
smacking that wall or you gonna see some pancakes on the field. I'm just
Hey, either way.
All right, gentlemen. So last thing here, please let the people know where they can find you. And if one of you guys would like to let the people know where they can find the team. I normally had a coach do that, but he had to roll up out a little fast.
What with me? I'm on Facebook at J Elijah Tony. You'll see the football. You'll see the preaching. You'll see a lot of building. Um, also, you'll see the same thing over on my Instagram. That's JE Tony. Tony spelled the same way right there. J E Tony, the number 9. And our Peach State Cat page is Peach State Cats. You can find that Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Peach State Cats will take you right to our page.
All right. Eric?
As far as me, anybody looking for me, you can find me on Facebook. That's Eric So What. And like Elijah said, I just want to make sure everybody streaming, viewing this, whether it's today, tomorrow, whenever, Peach State Cats. We need everybody's support, whether you in the arena, whether you on the stream. We need all of that love and good energy. Peach State Cats.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slide out as well that you can watch their games on the YouTube page, Peach State Cats Arena Football on YouTube. You can also find them. It's a good presentation, and I'm not saying others aren't. I'm just saying this one is good, right? I've seen it. It's a good presentation.
The fanfare, the fan engagement throughout the game. It's a great time. It's a great experience.
Oh yeah, man. It's a fun thing to do, and it's a lot less expensive than a lot of other things. And I used to live in Atlanta myself, so I know the area, and it's one of the things you can do that's going to be a lot less expensive and still fun that you can do for a family of 4 or 5 versus trying to go, to any of the other, things that are going to be out there. So fun
Minimal traffic.
And the parking free. You tell me where you find that in the fold for.
True, very true. Yeah, gentlemen, so I want to thank you guys as well as the gentleman who may have had to hop off for another good episode. I feel like we got a chance to kind of know a little bit about you guys, see you guys' opinions of the games. That's what it's all about. AL2 football, American League 2 football, is something I feel blessed to be working with and helping get out and helping people to see, because you guys play hard. You guys have a desire level that at least matches other leagues, and for whatever reason, maybe you got started late, maybe injury, maybe whatever else happened, you now have another opportunity to play a game that you love, because if you didn't love it, you wouldn't be here playing. So, shout out to y'all for that, because that's difficult. It's difficult to deal with regular life and play the game you love.
Man.
And everybody doesn't get that. Like, okay, so let me put this in terms real quick. You go to work 40, 45 hours a week, right? Still got to pay the bills. Still got to take care of home. You got kids. You still got to make sure the kids eat. Elijah's a preacher. You still got to have sermons ready when you're supposed to preach. So a lot of things that go into everyday life. On top of that, these men take the time to play football, practice football, break down tape, and stay in shape. So it's like what we do as normal people plus a football career on top of that. So just some perspective for you, Jim, for you good people that may be watching.
I'll take it a step further and just say, like, even if you look at the game and look at life, there is no out of bounds for us.
True.
Once you in them walls, it's over with, gang.
Yeah. And I can tell you, you hit that wall, you don't always get them walk away. Sometimes you have to be helped up. Yeah. But appreciate
especially
you guys.
When you play us.
That's kind of true too. Appreciate you guys and all the other guests. Appreciate Coach. We'll be back next week, 9 p.m. Thursday night. Talk about what happened to River Gators game. Preview the Aviators part 2. So for all the good people watching, appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you like, share, and sub if you haven't already. And we'll be back with y'all next week. Thanks for coming.